afternoon and welcome to Have a Chat. I'm Audrey Lynch with my beautiful and stunning co-hosts Veronique Arsenault and Judy Loge. Good afternoon, ladies.
You just make our Monday, Audrey. And back to you.
Well, we have a gorgeous day out there, another beautiful day here in Miramichi. Summer is coming to an end, though it does not feel like it when you check out the temperatures today. It's going to feel like in the 30s again with the humidity.
I love it. I don't care. I love summer.
I do. I really do. It's not even going to bother me if this leads right into September.
Me neither.
I love fall too, but I can hang on to summer just a few more weeks. We have a great show lined up for you today. Lots of great guests. But we're going to start off our show since Veronique is joining us today. Yay. She had a little hiatus. Busy girl.
Well, work obviously is a priority. So work has kind of gotten a little hectic these days and been busy the last few Mondays. So
that's right.
Doing a great job at whatever you do.
That's just it. So you have a quote lined up for us today, because that's how we'd like to start our show, is with something positive, something, to get us all going for the week.
Yeah, so I thought a lot about summer when I was looking for the quote, because I love summer, but really fall is my season.
Okay.
I absolutely love fall.
Right.
But
well, you're a curly-haired girl, so humidity is not your thing.
Not so much. No, there's this meme on Facebook, and it says, "Please check on your curly-haired friends. In this humidity, we are not okay. We look like alpacas."
No, you do not.
Well, I have moments of it, but that was not my quote. But anyway, so my quote today was, "Do not cry because summer is over. Smile because it has just happened."
Oh, that's really beautiful.
Oh, it is. It is. This summer really was a stellar summer for us here in Miramichi. It really was. Very tropical, I have to say.
It was a true summer. We had a summer.
Oh my goodness!
Some years it's been like not happening until July, and then it's over by mid-August, and then we're back to the cold. But this was
fantastic. Only the two things was our curly-haired friends, and
we are not okay.
Lawns. People's lawns sort of took.
Dry,
you know what I mean? Like, so don't mow. I didn't mow mine. The boys actually were quite happy that they have only had to mow the lawn a few times this summer. And things like that,
for dryness, yes.
And it was such a summer. I found, like, I loved this summer. I was outside so much. I did so much, with friends and family and all that kind
activities.
of stuff. I really loved this summer.
Me too.
It was I will say that this summer I spent more time outside than I have probably the last 4 or 5 years combined.
Me too.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, no, I was out all the time.
I know some people will say, "Oh, it's nice," but it's not nice if you have to work in it. I actually I can go to work feeling good when the sun is shining and it's nice out. It's more of a positive thing than if it is dark and gloomy and cold and miserable.
It brings you up.
It really does, whether I have to work that day or not. Exactly. Yeah. So we have lots of things we want to talk about for our quick chat portion. So we're going to give this a try to squeeze them all in. All kinds of stuff happening.
Too much going on, really.
No, that's just it. Miramichi Twins.
Miramichi Twins yesterday won the provincial title. Yes, I know. Very exciting. Congratulations.
I was kind of thinking they were going to.
Yeah.
I had that strong feeling that they were going to carry it through.
They were having a good,
fantastic
really good team.
Yeah, no, they did really well. So that was yesterday.
Congrats to them.
Yes, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
We have had so many provincial titles come here in the last year.
Yeah.
In women's sports and men's sports, it's been really fantastic. We really can't complain.
I know.
Very well.
We got a lot of talent.
Yep. We have provincial elections.
Yeah.
Just
soon.
So last Thursday.
Yep. Yeah. The writ dropped.
Okay.
Yeah. Last Thursday the writ dropped.
Full tilt.
Full election.
Yeah.
And as it comes closer,
the signs are going up everywhere.
You have to vote. That's the bottom line. Is if you want what you want, you have to vote, and that's essential. That's
true. Because unfortunately, a lot of people have a huge, loud voice and opinion of what they don't like, and who may or is in there now, kind of thing. So if you want to have an opinion and a thought and a voice, then
and you're
vote.
A person that you really believe in, then you've got to get there and mark that ballot.
No.
The only poll that matters is election day.
I know.
That's and every vote count. I've seen ridings be won by 10 votes, 20 votes, 100 votes. Every vote counts. So whoever you're supporting, get out and vote.
Yes.
No, exactly.
Final message.
Sure. Yeah. There was an AGM meeting.
There was an AGM meeting. It was for the King Street Elementary School,
which is our newest, one of our newest schools.
Yes, and it was at Carrefour Beau Soleil held there the other evening, and I was basically just moderating it, emceeing it because it's the new board. that they've formed, and it's made up of dietitians and chefs and parents, of course, that have a love for food and a love for good food, and they have formed this company. And this company is trying to change statistics because of the amount of, for example, 51%, over half of the children, grades 4 to 5, consume a non-nutritional beverage every day, whether it be pop or fruit juice or something like that.
High in sugar,
and
whether it's natural or...
Exactly. So they're trying to change those stats, and also that the young kids, grades, obviously, they're all young, but K to 5, are 45% of them are not getting their 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day.
For sure.
Right. And you know, that's so important. So, you know, you can't force food on a child, but what they're doing, this board, because of their love of good, healthy eating, is with the company incorporating wonderful choices.
Yep.
Exactly.
So that if you want your hot dog, that's okay, or your pizza, but they're going to have these wonderful options that they know are of nutritional value. So that's what that was all about.
But I'd have to go back and also make note that children are still children, and to be guided to make those healthier choices is still something that they have to learn. It has to be taught.
For sure.
Right?
Yes.
Definitely, because if you were to ask my children when they were younger at that age, you know what I mean? Like, you can have this cake or you can have this. They're going to go for the cake.
Of course.
For sure.
Well, I'm going to go for the cake.
Of course.
I know,
Of course. You can't make
But it's
people
because
eat certain
of my
things.
husband and I and our eating habits and the way we promote it that for us it's like 80-20. 80% of the time you eat healthier things.
Exactly.
And not saying you can't have the cookie and you can't have
your
the
treats.
No, exactly.
That's living. And food is so much important. It's an essential joy in life. And it's not only like, you know, that you need it for your body.
No.
It's a social thing.
Oh,
it's a highlight. When you go on a trip, what do? You look for the next best restaurant. You think it's a grand time to eat and enjoy company and good food.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
that was that.
Well, we look forward to seeing and hearing more from them and how
and
they're
the new
making
school.
out with all of that. Because many different parents will have thoughts and views on the way they think it should be.
For
so
sure.
they take all that into considerations and make decisions for that school and their cafeteria.
Yes, and then hopefully one thing will lead to another school, and then it will spin off to another school, and hopefully the choices will be, you know, wonderful out there. So.
That's just it. And talking about the schools, we want to wish everybody who is gearing up and back to school shopping and getting all of those things ready. It's exhausting.
It is for you, for sure.
For me, for sure, yeah. I have my girl in university who didn't come home this summer, so though I still am assisting her advice-wise, and she's going back to school this year, and then now my baby Danae is going into high school, so I no longer have like the elementary or the middle school. My last two are in high school, and Reese is going into grade 12, so it's his final year as well.
Big
year.
It's
exciting. Like all three of them, right, that are still in school. This is a big year
I
for
know
them.
it is,
Sure.
and you're a proud mom.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I just want to get over this last week where they're, you know, the school supplies is in and the clothing, and we've got it all figured out and organized, and
they're ready to go.
It's a different routine.
And I don't miss those days, can I tell you?
No, really?
No, I do not. I hate going to get pencil sharpeners and all that stuff with them. It was like geometry sets. Who cares on it?
No.
No, but they needed them. But it was that list. It was a dreadful list that we have to do. We have to have this certain type of thing.
No, exactly. So we want to wish all the kids and all the students heading back this year, whether it's kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, university, all of it. We wish you well and hope you had an amazing summer and you had a great year going in.
Good luck, everybody.
Definitely. Mental health event is coming up.
There is a big fun event coming up at Riverside Entertainment Center this Friday, August 31st.
It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Maybe you'd like to come. It's going to be a karaoke
what are they
evening.
Doing? Oh.
With prizes. And there's going to be door prizes. And there's going to be, so if you sign up and you want to sing a song, you can sing up to 10 times, but probably people won't. But you can sing more than once. You come in, the event is from 6 to 9. And I'll get into the tickets in a moment. But if you want to sing your song, then you just put Audrey Lynch is going to want to sing her whatever song.
I think they'll pay me not to sing.
No, you can do it. And
my key question there is like, will there be alcohol at this event?
For you, perhaps.
I'm like, because that's the only karaoke I've ever done before.
Well, it's at Riverside, so I'm going to say probably yes, and it's an evening event.
That little bit of liquid courage might be required.
4 judges.
Oh,
so
it's
like,
going to be
and I know
judged.
one is Susan Butler for sure, and there's going to be other local musicians judging.
We have such great talent here in
We
Miramichi.
do.
I am not going to attempt to even.
But come.
Oh yeah. Some
Support
come. Definitely.
The first prize winner is going to receive $200, and the second prize is going to be $100.
Okay.
And there will also be a 50-50 draw that night.
Okay.
And I'm going to MC that event, so I might even sing.
I might. Here's a quick question.
Yes, my dear.
Is it 19 and older?
I believe.
Yeah,
I believe
it is.
yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, so don't let Danae know.
No.
She'll be all over the
But the
show
tickets,
on
I'm just looking for the information on
Okay.
tickets because
we don't
they
wanna
are.
forget that.
Well, I don't really need to look at that. It is at Riverside Entertainment Center once again, which we know is just off the bridge on the King George Highway.
Yes.
And the tickets are $20 in advance at Riverside Entertainment Center.
Okay.
Or 15. At 20
At the door.
15 in advance.
In advance.
And they're at the entertainment
But that's
center.
where you get the tickets
Yes.
regardless.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all for mental health and awareness
Okay.
for mental health.
Okay.
And there's going to be some information on those that are dealing with mental
Wonderful.
illness.
Yeah.
So all that
Exactly.
fundraiser is going towards helping those that are affected.
Now, does
by
that
it.
organization happen to have like a particular project that they're working on that they're raising this money for, or is it in
Joyce
general
Tucker will be
helping?
there that evening,
Oh,
and
she
she
will,
will
to
be
fill-
talking about all
Oh,
of the
perfect.
definite facts about
Okay.
mental health and
Yep.
what the
And
stats are, which
Okay.
is pretty high.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But
yes.
come and sing.
No.
Oh no, I'll come, but I won't sing.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
I will come and
6
enjoy.
o'clock is
I will
the
come and
start
enjoy.
time.
Is it?
It only goes to
Perfect.
9, so it's a fun evening.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm looking forward
exactly.
to that.
A few other things that we wanted to mention. Senator McCain.
Senator John
has
McCain passed away. Yeah, 81 years old, and
He was
really
battling
just
cancer, yes?
yeah, brain tumor, I believe, and just an amazing
was.
human
He
being.
was.
And you know, he was a presidential candidate at one point. He ran against Obama.
Oh, yes.
And
I
just you know
remember.
what stands out for him was just his incredible decency and his
He was.
respect, and I mean he was a prisoner of war
I
at one
know.
point. Like the things that he's lived
He
through in
went
his
through
life,
so much.
it's absolutely incredible. And
Yeah.
right until the end, he fought for all that is right and good.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
you know,
his
once
words, the way he spoke
Yeah.
to people,
Yes.
I feel like it was
Dignified
always
man.
respectful. It was
Yeah.
always, even if he didn't agree with them or
Exactly.
they didn't agree, he always spoke with a
Poise,
Yeah.
and comfortable in his own
Oh,
shoes,
yeah.
and very,
No.
like Veronique said, he had it all together.
he just
really
was
did. He
an
was a
amazing
good man.
Yeah, an
No.
amazing man. So he was he died at the age of 81.
Sorry
and-
to hear that.
Yeah.
no, that's just it.
Yeah, the
I
world has
admired
lost
him.
a good
I
good
know,
one.
and his
No,
daughters
exactly.
were so supportive, and his
Yes,
wife.
yeah.
They were all such a loyal
Oh,
family,
yeah.
and they loved him so dearly.
That's
Yeah.
just it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sad.
That's just it. Because Trump didn't treat him
No.
so well, and he's back in the news again. I don't remember a day that he's not. But convictions, you were telling me earlier.
Yeah, so his
All of a sudden,
Yeah, with all of that.
Paul Manafort, who was involved with his campaign, was convicted of fraud and campaign different things, and then there
Money
was,
laundering,
yeah,
I believe. Yeah.
yeah. Really, just I think there was 8 counts there that he was
And
convicted.
this is
so
his-
he was
the right hand man.
He was
to-
on his campaign, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
he's looking at some real serious jail
Oh,
time.
I know.
Yeah, and then his lawyer also.
Michael Cohen.
Michael Cohen, yeah. I he's been charged. He hasn't yet been convicted.
Okay, right.
Or gone to trial, I should
That's
say.
bad.
But he has been charged. And I just it's just absolutely astounding. Like he was his lawyer and his
Yeah.
fixer, as they call it. So, you know, he has admitted to paying off Stormy Daniels
$130,000.
$130,000, yeah, out of campaign funds at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You know, so a lot of things
Jeez.
like you know, and they say he has the most damning evidence.
It's called catch and kill.
Yeah, but if he, you know what I mean, if he did that under Trump's direction,
Well, that's the
then
thing,
who
right?
is directly the cause
No,
of all
that's
of this?
just
You
it.
know what
I'm
saying?
doing what my
He
boss
paid-
told me to do.
Exactly.
His
Right?
client, yeah. So it'll
Right?
be interesting to see where this actually, you know, kind of falls and lands.
wow.
Because, like, really, how much more can happen, right?
Right.
Like, you know, but anyway.
But a sitting president can't be indicted, right? But they can be impeached.
They can be impeached, yeah. But there's quite a process to impeachment. It's not an easy process. And Richard Nixon, you know, and it'll be interesting to see where this all
Yes.
falls, really, in the end, and what'll come out of it. They say that Michael Cohen has a lot of evidence and that he's willing to make a deal, but whether or not that actually happens.
I heard that he was given immunity. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it would be, but I don't. I think they're just looking at what kind of deal he can make at this point. But it'll be interesting to see.
Can you imagine how lack of sleep Trump's been getting?
Well, he's been tweeting at 1 o'clock in the morning.
He's still.
Oh yeah, so he's not sleeping. No. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
no, and he shouldn't.
No,
it's just astounding that this is the president of the United States.
I know, and it's not just those two figures. There's many more things that have come up every day of the week. This week, it's been a terrible week for him.
Politics aside, this is the president of the United States.
I know.
That's right.
Like they should be held to a higher standard.
Exactly.
I don't care what party.
There's going to be a lot of dirt come out, and it's going to be a very interesting down the road process for them.
No, that's just it. Speaking of the U.S., unfortunately, they had another horrific shooting. Totally. Just hearing the details earlier prior to the show, something beyond what I was actually fathoming. A Madden NFL video game tournament was ongoing, and one of the participants, one of the gamers, lost. Is that what it was? Or he was out and he lost it.
Well, it was in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes.
And it was a live streamed event.
Okay.
Okay, and it was right in the downtown
area. So anybody who had tuned in and was watching and seeing would have been witness to this.
Right.
Oh, my
so they were gaming as gamers do, and this was a disgruntled young man, David Katz, 24 years old.
Because he got beat out.
He was a former 2017 champion, too. So he was in it for the win. And he lost. And I guess he took losing to a whole new level because
incredible.
God, have mercy on these people. He took 2 lives and his own life, and
11 wounded.
Yeah, and 11 wounded in Jacksonville, Florida.
Exactly.
guns.
Yeah.
No.
He had at least one handgun on him.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
At least one.
Our thoughts and prayers are with those families in Jacksonville, for sure, definitely. We have a great show lined up for you today. We have Angela Thomas coming to talk to us next. We'll be back with more after the break. Don't go away. And we're back with more Have a Chat. Thanks for tuning in. We have our first guest joining us now, Angela Thomas. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Hi, good.
Welcome, neighbor.
Thank you.
Yes, I think you know each other, right?
Yes.
We graduated together, and she's my next door neighbor.
That's right. That's
Great lady.
right. Yeah. So you're here to talk to us about some very, very exciting and some important information. Now, you're a respiratory therapist at Breathe Easy here in Miramichi. But first, tell us a little bit about who you are.
I was born in Miramichi, and I went to school with Judy. Graduated from Jameson Hill.
Once a Tommy, always a Tommy.
That's right.
Went off to school in Calgary and did respiratory therapy there. And then I worked at Toronto.
So why all the way out there? That's a ways
because
away.
there was no school here.
Oh, there wasn't. Okay, okay, at the
you
time.
know, that's
okay.
a long time.
That's okay. Calgary just seems like quite a distance to go to scoot off to school. Okay.
So then I went to work at Toronto General Hospital for 10 years, and then decided, I think I want to come home. So we came home, and I have 3 children, Cole, Jesse, and Billy, and they call them the Outlaws, Cole Unger, Jesse James, and Billy the Kid.
Oh, wow. Great young men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, so since I got back, I was working at the hospital
Oh, okay, right.
for 22 years, and then in the asthma COPD clinic because I went back to school and did my certified respiratory educator courses.
Okay.
And worked there for 18 years, and I just retired as of last week.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Well, you're saying all these big numbers, but I'm looking at you going, yeah, I'm like, that she's not old enough to have all those years of school underneath you.
So I'm still at Breathe Easy, though.
Yes.
And I start at Breathe Easy.
And that's in Miramichi East for anybody that knows on John Street, correct?
Yes,
No.
we're the former Centennial
Is that a
Foods building.
chain? Is that a chain? No,
No.
you opened that.
I opened it.
And it's a
20 years
respiratory
ago.
therapy.
20 years
clinic.
ago.
20 years ago, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a respiratory clinic. I operated for 10 years in the basement first.
Okay, yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
thought, yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then I moved to
A
the
building.
building now,
Centennial Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Everybody knows where that is.
Yes, yeah.
And then just recently I sold the business to Vital Air. So I still work for them as,
Right.
as the manager.
Right.
And in the meantime, I took another course called Batoiko Breathing, and that's something that's a specialized breathing course.
Batoiko?
Yeah, Buteyko.
Okay.
It's out of Russia.
Oh, right.
And I taught over 300 of my asthma COPD patients
Wow,
this
Angela.
breathing
Wow.
technique, and they really loved it, and a lot of them are doing really good with it.
Doing good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm the only one certified in the Maritimes to teach it.
That's
Wow.
quite
Nice.
something, you know, to have that background and ability to do that.
So I'm going to teach that now that I left the hospital. I'm going to teach that privately.
Yeah, good.
And it's not only for asthma and COPD, it's for general wellness as well.
Okay.
So you can look it up on the internet, it's on there.
No, that's just, I will. I'm assuming it's special breathing techniques that we all take advantage of the fact that we're breathing well and thoroughly enough and things like that, but actually maybe not so.
We don't think about it.
No,
we don't think about
no,
breathing.
it's an involuntary function, but it is something that we do have control of if we want
Yeah.
to.
And
Right?
she's really got an exciting line to talk about now and
Yeah.
to improve technique.
So my new venture,
Yes.
totally a little bit off, but it's neurotechnology,
Okay.
and it's human performance technology, it's called, and it's called Vox, VOXX, like a
Yes.
Victor,
Right.
Vox Life. How I got introduced to this is that I went to a wellness show in Moncton, and a lady was doing demonstrations. So I got on the insoles, and with the insoles under my feet, I could hardly move. Like, she couldn't move me.
Oh,
Okay.
And before that, she could move me off balance.
Okay.
Right.
And I have osteoarthritis, so it really helps me. I wear it every day. I wear it in the form of insoles,
Right.
which the technology's right underneath them here.
Okay.
And they come in different sizes and stuff like that.
You can cut them according to your shoe.
Yeah, you
Right.
cut them
Size.
to fit your shoe.
Okay.
So this neurotechnology is literally sewn into the socks or built right into these insoles. So you're telling me by wearing those socks or having those insoles in my shoe, I will be more stable and that it transmits what exactly?
Transmits right up into the brainstem,
Okay.
and it acts on the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, the somatic nervous system, and it kind of treats what's worse first. Like
Okay.
if you're having a problem with a certain neurological
Yeah.
function,
Yes.
Okay.
then it will try to treat that one first, and then work
Only
on
if
the
it's
others
a
if you
neurological
continue.
issue?
No, it's
No,
for
okay.
wellness too,
Oh,
because
okay.
it helps control your respiratory rate, and that's how I
Oh, and that's
did
how
that.
you got tapped into it.
yeah.
And my mother,
And heart rate.
you go ahead. I'll talk about
I just
them
wanted to
after.
know where this, who designed this, who was the founder?
Yes.
The founder's from Mississauga, Ontario. It's
Oh,
Canadian.
Good.
Oh, it is Canadian.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
so yay, that's right.
And
his name's Jay Dollywall,
Okay.
Okay.
and he studied this for 6 years before he released it 2 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's neurotechnology basically, and it's just delivered in the form of insole socks or a patch.
Oh,
So as he's
patches.
going, there will be no other ways of delivering the technology.
Okay.
Okay, as he's inventing different things.
So Judy, you have a patch on.
This is so I won't shop anymore. It's a patch my husband designed. So I wouldn't
It's not
shop.
big enough. The patch is nowhere near
He
me.
said, get that on and don't take it off. No, actually, Angela is my neighbor and friend. We had a little coffee yesterday. She visited me, and she brought me over one to try from yesterday to today, and you can tell them why and how this is effective.
Okay, the patch works the same way. It goes right up into the neural system, And the first time you wear it, you have to wear it on the forearm, and that activates it into the brain.
Okay.
And every other time you wear it, you can wear it anywhere in the body. So this would be good for Audrey. When
yes.
she goes in her
Like-
competition,
I'm like,
she
ooh,
could
where
wear
can
it
I
underneath
wear
her
that?
swimsuit or somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Exactly.
And
The back, the
balance,
shoulder.
Exactly.
stability.
No.
Because my mother's really tipsy, like
Yes.
tipsy-turvy.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
doesn't, her balance is not great.
Okay.
No.
So
and as
something-
we get older, that happens.
No, and she falls, and my biggest fear is that one of these days
Yeah.
she's gonna fall and I'm not gonna be there,
Right.
right? And she never really hurts herself that badly, but I mean, you know.
Don't have to
Just
fall
not her
far.
balance is not good at all.
No, and she's
No.
had vertigo, and she's had, you know, and all
Yeah.
these things. So would these help her be more stable? Really?
Yeah. And we can do a
Where do I
balance
get a
test.
box of them?
They actually
balance
do.
test on
Yeah.
them? Can
She
you-
actually
no.
does a
You don't
balance
do
test because
balance?
that's what you
Sean said
did.
he can't see it.
Oh, we can't see it. So
Yeah,
that's
we
not
wouldn't be
gonna
able
work.
to see it, but you can just take them out and show them that you would literally put your feet and stand on the insoles, and then you or the person did it to you, they would push you or you check your balance, tip you to
Yeah.
see, and you actually have more strength and more stability when you were standing on the insoles.
Okay.
Correct?
You tried it on me at your house.
Yes.
And I had a party, and we were all sober, and I was standing straight, and again, she was trying to move me aside and could, right?
She's pretty
Yep.
easy.
But then, like I said, my stability was that much better
little bit
after I had
stronger.
stepped into those insoles, obviously.
No.
But
no.
this treats various symptoms. So I have an issue with sciatica, which is really good right now, but it acts up at certain times. And yesterday was one of those days it acted up. So Angela said, just try this and see within 24 hours, which is the time required to see if it's effective. If it does alleviate some of that nagging pain in the backside. And it didn't as of last night, but today it certainly has.
You
Wow.
do feel-
It's not even
Some
mentionable
relief.
today.
Oh, go on.
Really?
No, I'm not
No.
lying to you. This is a testimony that I'm very proud to be able to say that right now. As of this point, it's been on since yesterday afternoon at about 2, and
Yeah.
right now I'm doing really well with it.
Wow.
No,
Incredible.
because the performance part of it, because that's another thing that these work really, really well for, because I had spoke to Angela a few months ago, and I had acquired a pair of the socks as well. And with the socks, I just want to make note, because I find this very, very unique. It's sewn right into the fabric, correct? And it's his thumbprint, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it
that
is.
so it cannot be duplicated.
Yeah.
It's actually
Wow.
a thumbprint on the bottom. And I wore them going to the gym for balance and for strength and
Yeah.
just having the endurance to stay on the elliptical
Yeah.
a little bit longer or
Yeah.
lift a little bit more weight.
Good.
And I'm not going to lie, I thought it was pretty good. I
Yes.
don't know if it was the socks or am I getting stronger, but I'm like,
Both.
where's my
Both.
socks? I'm
Both.
going
Yeah.
to the gym. I can't go without my socks.
Angela, just talk about the microbials that are incorporated in, actually built into these socks.
Okay. They say that you can wear them for 3 days in a row
Okay.
because they're antimicrobial, meaning there's bacteria being killed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have to
Okay.
wash them every single day.
So can you wash them like you would your regular socks?
You wash them inside out.
Okay.
And you wash them in cold water or by hand.
Okay.
And you rinse them and drip dry.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
do them by hand. I wouldn't want anything to
Yeah.
happen to them.
No,
you can
well,
dry
I
them
would think
in
the
dryer, but
technology
it will
would
wear out.
wear out or
This
fade.
wears out.
It does.
It just pulls apart, kind of, as
Oh,
it wears
okay.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 days max, and then could we get into the symptoms as to like like people that have diabetes and the
Because I bought them for my dad for that
Yeah,
reason.
there you go.
Yeah.
And I know people that need them for that reason, diabetes. But it also, what are some of the other symptoms that it treats or helps with,
Discomfort, like
pain,
stability,
headaches?
headaches.
Oh, really?
General
You have our
wellness.
attention.
General wellness, your performance, of course, we talked about, posture. Some people with diabetic neuropathy, like the pins
Yeah.
and needles on
Yeah.
the bottom of their feet.
Yes.
They did some studies on that, and it was about 90% gone.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, so,
Wow.
and they're doing more studies now. They're doing brain mapping, where they put the cap on top of
Okay.
them and
And
map
they see
their
if there's
brain.
any change.
And it's been showing red when they first put it on people at different areas in the brain.
Yeah.
And then when they put the socks on, within 7 seconds, a lot of those areas turn to green.
Wow.
Oh, you're
And
kidding.
yeah, when it turns to green, like they've said, wow, these are areas that never turned green, even with drugs or therapy.
Oh,
So
you're
they're
kidding.
kind of like, oh, wow. So the
Impressive.
wow is what we use, working on wellness. So
Wow.
that's what these
Working
Okay.
are.
on wellness. How appropriate is that logo?
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
exactly.
So-
And I'd have to make note that price point, they're quite affordable.
I think a great gift ideas too,
Yes,
and not only just
definitely.
gifts, but valuable gifts that can help
Yeah.
people that suffer with these things.
Okay, so here's the question: should you wear either the insoles or the socks, or does it matter if you put both? Like, I'm trying to keep Mama stable. And I'm trying to put Mama
She's trying to double
as
up.
she can
She's
be.
going to put her mother in the insoles and put the socks on her.
With
You're
the
going to double up with the patch.
You
Can
can
you
wear
overdose?
both.
Okay.
You're not supposed to wear the patch with the socks.
Okay.
You're supposed to. You can wear the socks with the insoles. though.
Because I would think this would be delivered quite
It's a
a
little, bit
little
different.
more direct. Yeah.
I showered with this because they're
You can.
waterproof.
Yes, you can go swimming, bath.
Yep.
So if I get the socks and the insoles for Mom, she should be like
She
A
should
new
be
one.
a
safe.
little
Stable.
planted woman.
Yes.
Mom will kill me, by the way. She is a very well-rounded, very in shape, very lovely, vibrant young woman.
Just you want her more steady on her
Yeah.
feet.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
That's all we
No.
want.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the price point, Audrey, these smaller ones are $30 plus tax.
Okay.
Right?
And then these
Oh,
are
yes,
30
show
plus
the other
tax.
kinds
These
that
go
you
a little
have.
higher.
They're
Yeah.
cute too.
And then there's fancy ones. These
they're
ones
prettier.
are wider at the top, so
Right.
if people have
Oh,
leg
okay,
swelling
yes.
or diabetes or
That's
anything
right.
like that.
Okay.
So
these
they
are
have a
meant
bit
for
of
that.
compression.
Not these
Not
ones.
those ones.
No,
Okay.
these are 35 plus tax. We call them the diabetic or wellness socks.
And
And they
pardon
come in
me?
different colors. They only don't come fancy. Like there's black
But nice
and
for
brown.
the
and
man, the black.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
do they last again if you wash them according to the every 3-day method by hand? How long should you hold on to one pair of socks
You should
for?
get a few months out of them.
That's good. And
Yeah.
for $30.
Yeah. And then there's the higher ones. Now these ones go just below the knee, and they have some compression in them. They have 16 to 8 millimeters of mercury compression. Now
Okay.
the doctor's prescriptions are 20 to 30 or 30 to 40. So these are 16 to 18.
Okay.
Plus
Yeah.
the advantage is you're also getting the neurotechnology.
Right.
So here it is in the bottom of all the socks.
You
So
don't
you're
need
getting
a
double
doctor's
whammy.
prescription though to get these. You
No,
can just go
you can
visit
just-
you
No.
at Breathe Easy and
Right.
you can provide them.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
patches, okay, so if I wanted patches throughout the year, how many come in a package and what point of price?
They're $4 each
Okay.
for each patch, and you can buy a pack of 10 for 40, same price.
Same
Okay.
price.
Or
Okay.
you can buy them individually.
And they last for
How long?
24 hours.
24 hours.
Well, oh, you'd have to change it every 24 hours.
So it's not something
Okay.
you want to wear all the time because it
Okay.
would get expensive. It's cheaper to buy the socks or the
Ex-
insoles.
that makes
But
good
for
sense.
special occasions like weddings or
Right.
going to the beach,
Beach.
or something
Okay.
like that,
Where you want to be
might wanna
feeling
wear
your
it.
best if possible. Now, does the elimination of the symptoms to make you feel better, does it last? Does it stay with you, or is it something
As long
you
as you have
constantly
them
have to
on.
You have to wear them.
you have to be wearing
It
them
has
and have
to
them on. So it
activate.
doesn't cure anything.
No,
And
Correct.
is there any interaction with medication that you might be on?
no,
No.
there's no side effects.
Okay.
None.
Interesting.
What
It
else?
really
Any
is.
other things you want to tell us about? I bet people like with sports teams and things like that must really be gravitating towards this method of wearing the socks and
Yeah.
patches.
The sports teams, I'll just give you an example.
Okay.
A lady came in from the golf tournament from Moncton
Oh,
a few
golfing would
weeks
be
ago, and golfing is amazing for this because of the range of motion as well, and the stability, the balance in the shoes. We've had quite a few golfers buy the insoles and the socks and golf better than they ever have.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, and these ladies came in from Moncton, and they said that one of the associates was at the Wildcats practice, and they had one of the Wildcats put a hockey stick down on the ice, and everybody tried to check him, and they could move him no problem. Then he put on the socks, and they could move him.
Oh, neat.
So the team bought everybody a pair of socks.
Wow.
I can see why.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
about like running and marathon
Yeah.
people? They must find, does it better their time because they have more stability?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I'm going
It's
for a hike in the
faster.
cove tonight,
Get
so I'm
your
gonna,
socks
I'm gonna
on.
make sure that I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Socks on.
And my little niece, she'll kill me, but Jenny
No.
Cripps, she's a little sprinter. She said to me, Angela, I wore my socks and I took 1 second off my time.
Well, there
Well,
So
you know what?
that
If she
was-
keeps wearing them, she's going to keep making better times, right?
No,
I think that's amazing. I think
It
they're
really
great.
is. I had gotten them for my dad, and seeing you today reminds me to check with him to see how he made out with them and
Yes.
things like that, because he'd be due for a new pair, because I think I did that for Father's Day.
What hours are you open so that people can come
Yes.
get these?
Okay, Monday to Thursday, 9 to 9, and Friday, 9 to 5.
Great hours.
Right. Exactly.
I'm
Now,
going
do you have
after
a
work to get
Facebook
these.
page? Do you have, or they just, is that Breathe Easy where they can get a hold of you and get some socks? Because they can just walk right in and shop right
Yeah,
there.
that's right. We
Okay.
have the stock there, or you can order them online at
Okay.
www.voxlife.com/my name, Angela Thomas.
Oh, okay,
And
perfect.
same
And
price.
that's you.
Prices are the same, except you don't pay shipping if you come into the store.
Exactly.
This
But
is
people
true.
that are looking, say today from Riverview or something,
Yeah.
again, you better give that because they may want to get them
Yes.
online.
All
So
right.
what is it again?
It's www.voxlife, VOXX,
Yeah.
Right.
life.com
Okay.
/Angela, ANGELA, Thomas.
And maybe give the
THOMAS.
number at the store for Breathe
yes.
Easy would be
Okay.
great.
All right, it's 773-7001.
Perfect.
Area code 506, of course.
Yes, definitely.
I think they're going to be the new thing. I think
I
you're
do
going to
too.
see everyone running around with these beautiful
Definitely.
socks
Yes.
and patches, and
exactly.
they're going to think, okay, so
I love
is
the
she
patch
trying to-
idea. I want to try
I
the
do
patches.
too. But it has to be
Definitely.
at a certain point on your arm,
The
you
first
said.
time you ever
Okay.
wear it, it has to be just about this area
Okay.
here, an inch or so from
Perfect.
the elbow on the forearm. The next times you wear it, it can be anywhere in your body.
Right.
Okay.
The first initial time has to
be here.
Perfect.
That's
Okay.
wonderful.
We're going to
Thank you.
scoot to a break. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back with more Have a Chat. Don't go away. And we're back with more Have a Chat. Up next, we have our second guest joining us now. We have Martin Moyer. How are you?
Good, good.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Great
Appreciate
to
it.
have you here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
With all
Thanks
the
for
clucking
joining
women
us
today.
today. Yeah.
With all the clucking women today.
No, exactly. Brave fellow
Yeah,
to
yeah,
join us today,
yeah.
definitely. We've got lots to talk about with your coaching and everything that's going on with you. But first, we want to find out a little bit about yourself. So in case there's anybody out there in Have a Chat land that doesn't know who you are, Martin,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm Martin Moyer. I'm originally from Ottawa. I moved here first in 2003, and then kind of just get away and see something different.
Okay.
And then I just basically picked up, went out west for a little while. Just came back in 2015 and started football and got married and.
Oh, married
everything-
local
yeah,
girl.
Everything
that's
started to
okay.
fall in
Yeah.
place.
That's all it takes is the right woman.
Yeah, I'll
Then
definitely
your
keep
roots
her.
are here forever and ever.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
exactly.
And everything kind of, fell into place, and it was funny because my mother and even Barb and myself, we always talk about everywhere that I've been. This is one of the smallest places, but everything just came together
to
and
fit.
went.
It was for you.
Yeah,
It's meant to
definitely.
be
Yeah,
that you're
definitely,
here.
Definitely, yeah.
And your top says James and Hill Thomas
Yep.
football. I
Yep.
love that.
We're a little
Yes.
biased, but
Yeah,
we
we-
all-
Once a
Two
Tommy,
sides.
always a Tommy.
Yes,
I remember
yes.
here.
This
Like
is
I said, I'm not from here, but
No.
no, they opened up their doors and their hearts for me, and I'm very involved with the school. I'm very involved with the football here in Miramichi.
Which is
and
new for Miramichi.
It is
too,
actually.
Right? We didn't grow up with
no,
football in our
it's-
school.
and
No.
it began back in 1960, and I wasn't aware of that until we kind of started talking about the program and everything else. But it was St. Thomas that had
Okay.
it before, and it was back in 1960, mid 60s, late 60s, and then it just kind of fell off.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then when we brought it back here, and I found out through Miramichi Volunteer actually that Claude LeBerge, he was going through and trying to do football.
Former principal at James
Yeah.
and Hill.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
great man. I have much respect for him. He, the Godfather, is what we call him here. For, yeah.
Yes.
But no, he's good. And like I said, he developed Miramichi Football Association. The two high schools now have a football program.
Yeah.
We have a Pee Wee program for the young kids and an Adam program. So It's good.
Taken
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Because you were the coach for the James M. Hill head coach. You're the
Yeah,
head coach
yeah.
for that, and
Yes, I
for
am.
Football New Brunswick.
Yes,
Yes.
I was blessed actually after my first year at James and Hill to take part with Football New Brunswick. Chris Hopkins, who's now he actually got a job in Ottawa University for the GGs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he actually just left Football New Brunswick, but he was the high performance director. And Josh Harris, who's also involved with the executive director for Football New Brunswick, they do a great job there, and it was a whole new ball game, so to speak, for me when I got into that, because it was coming from where myself and Rich, our first year, had to teach kids how to actually catch a football, how to run with a football, and
Because it was completely
Well,
it
different.
was, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
completely
We're a
different.
hockey community.
Yeah,
hockey and baseball.
is
Soccer,
very-
soccer. Yeah, hockey, baseball,
And I
soccer.
mean,
Rugby was new
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in, and now they're trying to throw
and
football
I love,
in there.
I love the heritage, and I love the baseball, and congratulations to the Twins
Yes.
and
Yeah,
everything
I
too.
know.
Yeah.
And I know the hockey and the Timberwolves, and
Yeah.
but it is football. I always found is a sport where it does open the door to any shape and size.
Really?
When I was
Yeah.
a young man, I didn't make my first team that I tried for.
Well, that's
So
what I was
my-
going to ask. Do you come from a football
Yeah.
background?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are a sizable dude.
Your muscles and my muscles
Yeah.
don't look like each
Yeah,
other.
no, but it was something where my father. It goes back to those roots. My father was a player. He was a coach in Ottawa, and my first year I didn't make the team.
How old were you?
13.
13,
So-
and you wanted
you
so
devastated?
badly.
You know what though? It was a very big learning experience for me, because it was what we used to call overweight underage.
Okay.
So unfortunately, because I didn't make the weight limit for the team, I had to go up. So I was 13 playing with 14 and 16-year-olds, which is overwhelming.
Yeah.
But
It
at the
is.
same time, I still gave it a shot, but I didn't make the team.
Yeah.
So
It
my-
hurts. It
Yeah,
hurts.
it did, but
It
it was a
does. But
building
they're a learning
experience.
curve.
It is huge,
Right?
because it brought me to not give up, because
Perseverance.
yes, and I remember, because my father had me, and he was encouraging me, and I remember like running around tracks with garbage bags on, trying to
Trying
make
to-
weight and everything,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
he was behind me the whole time, and I had teammates behind me, and then
Wow.
so like going back to what I was saying is, my first year I didn't make the team, but my father was coaching at the time, so I became water boy for his bantam team.
Oh, wow.
So I got to
Okay.
meet like all those boys and everything else. So
cool.
it was still like part of the team, and
Yeah.
being the young guy looking up to all these kids. And
But it still gives you an incentive
Oh,
to
it
want to
was.
be there.
yeah, oh,
Love it.
absolutely,
Be around
absolutely,
that.
yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah,
You
and
were
that,
aiming for that.
yeah, and that and that just progresses what you want in life. I think seeing these kids, that are now grown men, and
Yeah.
they're doing their own. I know some of them that. Played in the NFL, played in the CFL, and
Yes.
they progressed on, and it's just seeing it and looking back into the young man that I was, or young kid that I was, and then looking up to these guys, giving them water, and just like
Ooh,
running
I hope
off.
to be
Yeah,
there
exactly.
someday.
Right? But
Yeah.
now it's like now that I'm a coach and I see that,
You get the
and-
chance to mold.
exactly, and I
You
think
get
that's
that.
where I get my dad's point of view and like feelings from, is that he had an open door policy, which is on the field, you do what I say, the respect is there, and that's huge for athletes to respect their coaches and vice versa. If you don't respect each other, there's always going to be that butting of heads.
Definitely.
There's not going to be, you're not always going to get along.
So your
but-
dad was your mentor,
Oh,
your
yeah.
hero,
Oh,
your
yeah.
coach and
Yeah.
best friend.
Yeah.
You, if I'm not mistaken, have a tribute to him on
Yeah,
your arm
I
in the form of a
do.
tattoo, which is
so
quite amazing.
thank you to Chuck from Twisted Artistic. but
Yes.
he's-
Yeah, we've had him on the show.
Yeah, so he kind of gave a little
The football helmet.
helmet. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his old helmet,
Okay.
and then I have some
Oh,
writing here.
specifically his.
Yeah, actually, I'll show you here in
Yeah.
just a minute. But
and
yeah,
you
so
can tell us what it says.
it was the words by Bette Midler. So you by the song
Wind Beneath My
Wind Beneath My Wings.
Oh, okay. I'm
So you'll always be my hero. You're everything I wish I could be.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
But talking about helmets is here's his old helmet.
That's his old
there.
helmet.
That's your dad.
Oh my goodness.
And I hate to even say
So
it.
show us
but
your tattoo one more time.
Yeah.
It actually looks just
like I said,
that.
Chuck does a
Perfect.
fantastic job. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he does.
Aw,
Yeah.
you'll always be my hero.
But and then just while we're talking about
Helmets.
equipment and
That's
concussion
right.
protocols and everything is
Because unlike rugby,
it
football
is,
is
yeah,
a full
yeah,
on.
it is, and
right?
but it's we're there's a lot of procedures and protocols that people may not understand, and they just look at football as like two guys hitting each other, but
That it's
it's
rough,
so
it's
much,
aggressive,
yeah, exactly.
you
but
get hurt.
But any sport, you have to be prepared that you might,
course.
Make
get
contact.
it, yeah.
My
get it-
goodness,
I mean,
basketball, for heaven's
yeah,
sakes.
you get an elbow,
My
hockey,
niece
yeah.
had a
Hockey.
bad injury playing basketball, et cetera, up for weeks and had to have surgery. She was 15 years old,
Yeah.
so it was a
Yeah.
contact.
And
Yeah.
exactly, and I mean, and that's the thing too. You look at all different kinds of sports. I mean, even golf. You take a bad swing, you could pull something in your
yeah.
back.
There you go.
It's just it's a matter of just the way that the kids have to be coached.
And
That's
and
right.
football in New
Coached and
Brunswick
trained.
and Football Canada has been very, very adamant about taking procedures into place. One is safe contact, so we have
Right.
to teach how to tackle. And then the other one is keeping the head out of the game, which you cannot lead with the head. And then there's the concussion protocols where we have to follow a 6-step process
Okay.
before anybody can even
Get
go
on the
back.
field.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and it's and as soon as we check back and say, are you feeling like if they're going on a jog and they're stopping, are you lightheaded? Then we have to stop them again, and then they have to go back to step one. So
you've
it's
come a long way, baby.
it's
Come a long way.
again,
Look at this
Because this
helmet.
Yeah,
helmet
and I mean,
compared to
like,
what they wear
you see-
now.
and you
Martin.
can even pick them
So
up.
we'll see.
And this
Yeah.
one looks a lot heavier, but it's really not.
And so your dad unfortunately passed away.
He did, yeah, back in this August 2017.
Yeah.
And he was a kind of a legendary guy and taught you so much. This was his original helmet.
Yeah, that was his original helmet, and then like it was funny because I still and you can even look at you know
The
you
inside
look at
of
the
them is
inside,
huge difference.
and that one's all air.
Look at
It's
this.
for
you know,
protection,
and that one's-
and
that
this
one-
one's half the weight
Yeah.
that this one
Oh
is.
yeah, and that one's got screws holding it together. You know,
Right.
and then like nothing prepared here
Big
and nothing here.
development.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
you know it is, and
Wow.
they're just keeping going on and on and on with that. But
Making
yeah.
improvements in your protection.
Exactly, yeah.
And like you just said, the process of teaching your guys how to be safest, you know,
Yeah.
on the field.
Well, I mean, and that's what
is
we
coming.
had is I found out that you know the guys at Mount A or other universities, they go through possibly one contact practice a year, whereas the full contact. Other than that, they can do the safe contact without their helmets, and that's what we've been doing
Wow.
since the beginning of our training camp here in the past couple of weeks.
Yes, because
Is-
that started a couple of weeks ago, training camp.
So
yeah.
so
It was
totally
a
off
little
subject
brutal.
there. Yeah.
My
It was,
son who
yes,
joined in
yeah,
or
we
whatever,
was-
he's like, I have
yeah.
to be there. Yeah, it was 9 to noon
Yeah.
and then back again for 6 to 8. And like
Yeah.
the second day in, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm sore.
And it's
My
but-
legs hurt.
And that's the thing where I have to go back and say too, you know, all shapes and sizes. We're not looking for
Bulk.
the fastest kid or the Tom Brady's. I mean, us as coaches, we love, you know, especially me being a bigger guy, I love seeing those big kids come out.
Yeah.
And I know they're not going to run the 40 and a 4.2 or anything else
No.
like that, but I know that there's a
There's a
place on the
position
field
for them. That's
and
right.
as long as you give me 100%, then I'll give you 100% back. And that's what
That's
it's, you know.
fantastic.
And I mean,
actually.
but the boys, again, I work for Anglophone North School District as an educational assistant and
Okay.
intervention worker as well. But they know, those boys, that if I'm in the classroom, it's totally different than what I'm on
Yeah,
the field.
That's
Sure.
right.
And
coaching.
it's, yeah, exactly. But I always say education first because I will be checking your grades.
I like
will
that.
be checking if you're part of if you're going into school.
Good.
Yeah, and Amy Wheaton, she's a teacher at James and Hill.
Yeah, she was there when I
Yeah,
took the boy
and she's a
Reese
great,
off the
and
other day. She's a doll.
Yeah, oh, huge,
She your
huge
manager,
help.
Yeah.
Martin?
Yeah, she's our
Manager for the
manager.
team.
Yeah, and she's been
Yeah.
doing. I mean, without her, honestly, I'd have less hair.
She keeps you organized.
I really would.
Enough
nothing left.
This would be all gone.
She's
And,
a dynamo. She has a small package there.
Yeah.
Great
and I mean,
things.
you know, like I said,
She's organized, efficient, all of it.
and we started back, you know, both schools and MVHS and ourselves over at James and Hill. We started back in 2016, and we've seen, you know, quite the progression. Like I've had several kids go to football New Brunswick camps.
Nice.
Wonderful.
And it's just, I think football is just a sport where it's very misunderstood, but if people actually took the time and they saw how technical the game is, it's really, really hard. And again, you know, thank you, Barb, for putting up with me because during, it's basically I have like a month break.
Okay.
Where it's James and Hill, and then Christmas time, and then football in New Brunswick like starts all the way through like
Very
July.
understanding spouse.
No.
Yeah.
But
Because it's a small window.
It
Right?
is.
Football
It is.
season is a small window when the kids start school.
Yeah,
So
like,
you started a couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we started our training camp a couple weeks ago, August 14th, and we have a total of 31 boys out
Good.
right now. So that's great for our program. It's great for the kids because there's a lot of new faces, and
They have busy lifestyles now
It-
too.
yeah,
at
it's
school,
true
and they
with
have some
work
of them have
and
part-time
everything.
jobs, so you
Yes,
need to have
yeah,
a big
and
roster.
and that's the problem we always face, but is always having, you know, everybody there for the team.
Yeah.
Right.
But I understand you have to put money in your pocket because you can't depend on mommy and daddy.
That's right.
No.
You know, so I'm never
It's not
going to
the way
take
it used to
anything.
be.
Yeah, so the way we do it is we go basically like family, work, football.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
family, work, and then
School.
education
Yeah.
is when it
Yeah.
starts,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then education is
Key.
like I said, it's
huge.
key. I mean,
It is.
I know guys that have made a career because they followed their football and education.
That's
You know,
right.
so I mean, and it's important for these kids to realize that you can't just go in the classroom, play on the football team, and then that's it.
No.
Because if you are getting bad grades, then you're not going to do good on the field because you're not going to be playing.
No, because you're going to be
So-
stressing and thinking about that exam that you're not going to be able to pass or that you didn't
and it's
study.
teenage
there's
boys and teenage
No.
girls, and I mean, there's
No.
enough on their plate too. I mean, come.
Well, boyfriend, girlfriend things are on their plate.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
noticing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You
something
touch
else.
on the new football field itself. That's an endeavor,
Oh my
and you
goodness.
probably
Yes,
need
we
some
only have
support.
2 minutes left,
Okay,
believe it or
I will
not.
kick it into
Yes,
gear right
definitely
there.
fill us all in on anything else you didn't.
Yeah, no, we have a brand new our rugby field that is at James and Hill there now.
Right.
Is getting construction built so that it's the length of a football field.
Awesome.
And
Wow.
we've been trying, and it's been a team effort for the past 2 years.
Okay.
And there's so many people to thank, but I know we don't have the time for it. But
Yeah.
outright is just the community came together and they saw a project and the benefit that it could do for
So
the
many.
community and the kids.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking about when you guys were talking about obesity with young children.
Sure.
I mean, that's huge. Get
Getting them
running and moving and everything else.
Outdoor
and
physical
yeah,
activity.
exactly. Yeah, but the field is a great thing, and
So do you need more help though from the community as far as monetary assistance goes? to
yeah,
upkeep this?
Always.
yeah, always. And I mean, we reach out, and the boys are good too. When I ask them if we want to do volunteer work, they're willing to volunteer their time.
Fundraising?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
fundraising and everything else. But
Good.
within the community, I think on both sides, not only like with us, MVHS,
Yeah, of course.
you know,
Yes.
they might need their support just as much as
Of
what we
course.
do. So
No.
I
'Cause
think
there's
this
a-
whole water separating us
Oh, it's
Yeah.
coming
has to
together
kind of
now.
just
It's
yeah.
going
It's
away.
either-
I know I'm a movie. I don't get it, but
originally,
yeah.
but that's going away.
It's going, it
Yeah.
is going away.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Because equipment, the field, the
Yeah.
coaches, everything, it all costs
Yeah.
money,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
a worthwhile
Yeah.
cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the
And
more that we
it's-
can give our kids here
Yeah.
in the region, the better.
Yeah,
it is.
and
Oh,
that they don't have
absolutely.
to stress monetary-wise about being able to participate in everything.
Absolutely.
Even better.
Yes,
Right? Then they can
yes.
concentrate on the
Yes.
game and doing well with that.
Yeah.
We want to thank you so
Yes,
much
Oh,
for
thank you,
joining us.
thank
Great
you.
job you're
Yeah,
doing,
thank you.
and
All in.
keep it up, and
Yeah.
good luck
we'll
with
be
your
keeping
team.
an eye.
Yeah,
Right?
October 6th, if I can
Okay.
just add that, is
Yep.
our River Bowl between MVHS and James and Hill. And it's
Ooh.
Thanksgiving weekend.
What
so we
time?
kinda-
Great.
I'm not sure about the
Okay.
time, but yeah.
October
Yes,
6th,
October
big
6th.
football game.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us.
Have a
Thank you.
great week.
Goodbye from all of us here at Have a Chat.